Have Chair Feldman, who is not here. Senate Bill 293, Gifty Okra. Come on up, please. Senate Bill 293.
Good afternoon, Chair Atterbury, Vice Chair Wilkins, and members of the Ways and Means Committee. My name is Gifty Okra, and I am an intern for the office of Senator Brian Feldman. I'm here on behalf of Senator Feldman, who is unable to attend today's hearing due to a scheduling conflict with another hearing. I am honored to present Senate Bill 293, the County Board Member Anti-Bias Training Act, which is cross-filed with House Bill 324, which passed successfully out of this committee. To remind you all, SB 293 requires that each member of a county board of education is required to complete anti-bias training at least once during their term. Therefore, I urge a favorable report on this bill. Thank you all.
Okay, any questions from the committee? Delegate Eversole?
Didn't hear you say, but this is identical to the bill we passed.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
is House Bill 324.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much. That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 293. Senate Bill 68. Senator Brooks, come on up. 2 days in a row.
I love it. Vice Chair Atterbury, I'm Chair Atterbury, Vice Chair Wilkins, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify before you on SB 68, Public School Restorative Practice School Comprehensive Plan. The bill has three main objectives: redefine the term restorative approaches with restorative practices, mandates the Maryland State Department of Ed to create a comprehensive plan, and three, establishes that local school boards decide to implement restorative plans, they must use what has been established by the state. SB 68 is cross-filed by HB 197, which passed out of this committee and the full House. For that reason, I'm requesting a favorable report.
Okay, is it the same bill?
Same bill.
Okay, any questions? I didn't want you to have to turn your light on. No. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Chair.
That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 68. Senate Bill 8, Senator Kagan.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, friends and colleagues. Good to be back here a second day in a row. For the record, I'm Cheryl Kagan, very proud to be the senator for Gaithersburg and Rockville. You've had this bill before you in the past. I want to give a shout out to Delegate to Delegate Vogel, who is my cross-file sponsor. And this is about civic excellence. Especially with everything that's going on in DC right now, we really need our young people to be aware of what's going on and to be engaged in seeking to make a difference. Whatever their views, whatever their passions, they need to be engaged. This is an optional program for school systems and schools to offer students the opportunity to have a seal of excellence, of civic excellence, a cord at graduation, something to put on their resume when applying for jobs or on their college application if that's the direction they go. And it just shows that they care about their community. It requires at least 30 hours of their 75 SSL, student service learning hours, to be involved in a civic project. It also requires that they take all three of the civic classes before they graduate and get a good grade of A or B. And there are 26 co-sponsors on this bill. The Senate really likes this bill, and the Senate president held it in order to add his name. Happy to take questions. We would love it if we could move this year.
Any questions? Okay, thank you very much. That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 8. Senate Bill 306, Carol Cantina for Senator Simonaire.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Cara Contino presenting for Senator Simonaire. He apologizes once again for not being here. He is in another committee presenting a bill. Senate Bill 307 is identical to House Bill 402 presented by Delegate Pruski that you passed favorably. It would increase the amount for the student member of the school board in Anne Arundel County. I would ask for a favorable report.
Okay, any questions from the committee? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 307. Senate Bill 378, is Senator Washington here? You're here for Senator Washington? Oh, yes, Azara Ozturk?
Good afternoon, Chair Atterbury, Vice Chair Wilkins, and members of the Ways and Means Committee. My name is Azra Ozturk. I'm Chief of Staff to Senator Washington, subbing in for him today. He apologizes for not being here, but he wanted me to specifically mention that he dearly misses the Ways and Means Committee and that it stands as the best committee
Tell him
in
if he did,
Annapolis.
he would be over here right now to say that to our faces.
But SB 378 is identical to our cross-file by Delegate Palakovich-Carr. It seeks to establish the family literacy program to enable certain incarcerated individuals to read aloud to their children or grandchildren through the preparation of a recording. This is a critical piece of legislation to strengthen family relationships of incarcerated individuals and truly just brings families together. I believe all of you guys are kind of like on the same page as in this bill, and we really want to push this forward to both improve literacy for children and grandchildren, but also for incarcerated individuals who have reading levels. 70% of incarcerated individuals have fourth grade or below reading level. So it's kind of a win-win-win situation. And I sincerely request a favorable report on SB 378.
Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you very much. That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 378. Senate Bill 459, Senator Guile.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Senator Don Guile here to present Senate Bill 459. This bill is the identical cross-file of House Bill 420 by Delegate Palakovich-Carr, which this committee reported favorably and the House passed unanimously. If you recall, this bill just changes the statutory term for auto-injectable epinephrine to emergency use epinephrine because of great products that they have now that can administer epinephrine by nose or under the tongue. So I would just ask for a favorable report.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 459. And Patty Horton for Senator King on Senate Bill 359.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Patty Horton for Senator King. Senate Bill 359, as introduced, is an exact cross-file of House Bill 185, which was heard by this committee. Because of fiscal restraints, the Senate amended the bill to provide full funding for fiscal years 27, 28, 29, and the bill passed the Senate unanimously. Senator King realizes this is a fiscal ask in a tough fiscal year, but the children in these programs have nowhere else to go. Their families have nowhere else to turn. The benefits from these programs are substantial, and the success rates of the programs result in millions of dollars of savings to the state and counties by reducing long-term intensive special education expenditures. And so on behalf of Senator King, I respectfully request a favorable report on Senate Bill 359, and she asks that you provide full funding to these programs.
Okay. Any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 359. Ms. Horton, Senate Bill 451.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Again, Patty Horton for Senator King. Senate Bill 451 was an exact crossfile of Delegate Wynn's House Bill 325, which was unanimously passed by this committee. Both chambers have done some wordsmithing on this legislation, but Senator King is offering an amendment that will conform the Senate bill to the language that is in the House bill. Additionally, the Senate amended the effective date of the bill from October 1st to July 1st of 2025. Department of Labor informed Senator King that they would have no difficulties implementing the bill with an earlier effective date, and so she respectfully asks that this committee consider accepting the earlier date. We should not continue to allow inequitable barriers to keep people from reaching their full potential in the workforce, and so on behalf of Senator King, I respectfully request a favorable report.
Okay, any questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much. That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 451. Senate Bill 252, Tara Phillips. Oh, Akila, are you presenting?
Tara's going to present.
Okay, come on up.
Good afternoon, Chair Atterbury and Vice Chair Wilkins and members of the Ways and Means Committee. My name is Tara Phillips. I represent the Office of Child Care within the Division of Early Childhood at Maryland State Department of Education. And on behalf of MSDE for SB 252 cross-filed with HB 150, supporting and answering any questions or comments that the committee may have. The bill makes an amendment to an existing statute stemming from our school-age work group, which examined the unique needs of school-age programs. The work group composed of child care providers, stakeholders recommended adjusting the first aid and CPR certification requirements to address, excuse me, first aid and CPR certification requirements to address these programs' distinct operational needs while maintaining strong safety standards. The current statute, under the existing current statute, providers must have one first aid and CPR certified staff member for every 20 children. While the ratio is crucial for younger children at higher risk for accidents and medical emergencies, it creates unintended challenges for programs serving school-age children, who typically require a different approach to ensure safety. The bill before you seeks to remove the fixed statutory requirement and instead allow the necessary first aid and CPR certification ratios to be determined by regulation. This will enable the Maryland State Department of Education to better tail or requirements for different age groups while preserving robust safety standards. Specifically, the 1:20 ratio would remain for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers, and shift to 1:30 for school-age programs aligning with similar requirements in other educational settings. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Okay, any questions from the committee? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much. Thank you. That concludes the hearing for today, folks. Enjoy your day. Oh, subcommittees tomorrow morning, 9:15. Subcommittee chairs, actual chairs, 9:15. Yeah, 9:15 tomorrow morning. Thanks.